Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. So in today's video, I really wanted to show you how I put together my vision board. So this is kind of part 2 of preparing for a new year. I recently uploaded a video of me preparing for 2023 using my new planner, this one here from Cloth and Paper. I absolutely love it, and I've recently just completely organized it ready for the new year. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you go ahead and watch that after this. But part 2 of my planning process is putting together a vision board, and an actual physical one. So you've probably heard of vision boards or mood boards, but basically it is just a tool to really motivate you, inspire you, and keep you focused by putting together a bunch of images that align with your goals and just make you feel good and kind of spark joy. So this is something I've been doing for the last couple of years now, and guys, it really works. Well, it works for me anyway. I like to do an actual physical vision board on a cork board, and the whole purpose of these vision boards and the way they work is they really help keep you focused on what your goals are through visual images. Because in today's world, with technology and media and people's opinions, we can often be swayed and off our path and become distracted. So this is a really good chance for you to really knuckle down, think about what it is you want in your life, be ambitious and be confident that you can achieve these. There's no difference between you and any other person who has achieved their amazing goals. It's just about believing in yourself and just knowing that you can do it. And I know sometimes to people it can sound cliche, but I have heard that it has worked for so many people, and I think it probably has actually work for you subconsciously. You're just not even aware of it. I know for me personally, I always dreamt of having a YouTube channel. I always envied people who had the confidence to have a YouTube channel, and then I often just kept saying to myself that I will have a YouTube channel, I will. And I know it's early days, but 1 year in, I have over 1,000 subscribers. I have been able to meet so many amazing people who are interested in the same things that I am in, and that is just through me seeing it, believing it, and visualizing it, and staying focused on that path and not being deterred by people's opinions or what other people think. I think that is the biggest thing that stops you from reaching your goals, is worrying what other people think. But a lot of the time, I'm sure you don't care what other people do with their life, so you know, don't worry too much about what you do with yours. So I thought I would show you how I do it, because a lot of you guys commented in my last video saying that you would love to see how I put my vision board together, and I've had a fair few questions about it. So in this video, I'm going to go through step by step how to put together your own vision board, and I'm really excited for you guys to get inspired and start working towards the life that you really want to live. So the first step to creating a vision board is to obviously outline your goals, and what is it that you want from your life, and what are the things that you want, how do you want to feel, where do you see yourself. And I know this step can be the hardest and it can be quite daunting, but I promise you it will get easier over time. The first time I ever wrote up goals or did a vision board, my goals were so broad. They were like, I would love to study, I would love to get a new car one day, and they were quite broad and sometimes materialistic, but you just need to open that door and start thinking about these things, because you will start to narrow it down more and more over time. Because a lot of the time you watch other videos like this and their goals are so specific, and you're like, how do you even know that you want that? That seems like such an easy task because you know exactly what you want, but that comes with time. So how I like to start is writing out my goals. I have all of mine here, and I start with a few headings. What are my health goals, my fitness goals, my relationship goals, my personal goals, financial goals, and then also with my career and work. So when it comes to my health goals, something I really want to start doing is just opting for healthier options. So not cutting things out completely, but just trying to go the healthier option. So for example, every single morning I love to have a teaspoon of sugar in my coffee. At the start of this year, I went and bought myself some honey, and I replaced the sugar with honey, and I really haven't noticed much of a difference, but it's an easy switch, but it's definitely much healthier. So when it comes to fitness goals, I already walk my dog every day, so that's a fair bit of cardio, but I really want to get into a bit more strength training. It's something that I feel as though my cardio fitness is quite good, but when it comes to like push-ups or strength, I'm really quite weak. So I really want to get into that a little more. Next is my relationship goals. So I want to start incorporating a date night every month. For my personal goals, I just want to focus a little more on the things that spark joy for me personally. What are things that I do that not necessarily everyone else does, but really do bring me joy? I love history, I love antiques, and I really want to focus on that a little more and allow more time for that. And hopefully that passion will kind of blossom and grow a little more. One of my financial goals, I usually have a number that I want to hit in savings every year, but sometimes I find that, I don't know, I do find it hard to stick to. I used to be really good at it, but I'm not as good at that anymore. So one of my financial goals is just smarter purchasing decisions. Every single time I input my credit card details online or I go to pay for something, I really do just want to think twice about it and ensure that I'm making a smart, you know, financial decision. So that is one of my goals for this year. That is one of my goals from each kind of section, just to give you an example, and they're all achievable goals. You also need to keep in mind it's good to have some really ambitious goals in there, but it's also really important to have achievable ones. So sometimes you might write one out and you go, oh god, of course I can do that. Is that even a goal? But put it down, because there is something that feels really good about knowing that you are at least ticking off some of your goals, because it boosts your confidence, it keeps you motivated, and you're probably more inclined to try and tackle the larger goals. So sorry if that was a bit rambly. I often don't delve that far into this kind of stuff, but I thought it was important for this style video, just to kind of get you guys in the mood and where your head needs to be at. So once you work out what your goals are and you've written them out, you basically look for images that kind of align with that goal. So if one of your goals is to drink more water this year, then look for a really beautiful photo of a glass of water, maybe with a little bit of lime in it. And that's literally as simple as it is. So what I like to do is I go onto my iPad and I head to Pinterest. So once you go through and you just choose images, and have fun with this, and just choose all the images that inspire you, and a lot of them might be materialistic, because sometimes it can be hard to find a picture of an emotion that you want to feel or an ideal relationship that you want. But really just take your time with this step, enjoy it, put some music on, and then once you've found all the images that you believe inspire you for 2023, either put them all into a Word doc, or I personally use Canva. You can use Canva for free, I believe. I do have the paid option, but you can use the free version. I highly recommend Canva. Even the free version is really good. It just helps keep things organized, and it's all online. And like I said, you can create a free account. So go on there and then put all your images together. So for instance, this is just an example of what I did for a previous video, but you can create different pages, and I've just got images of handbags that I was talking about in that other video just here. So it's kind of like a big Word doc. It's almost a bit like PowerPoint even. You just copy and paste all the images in. You can export it to a PDF and then print them all off. So once you have all your images, what you'll need is a corkboard. And guys, obviously you can print out all your images just onto one big piece of paper and blue tack it to your wall, and that would be just fine. But this is just how I do it, because I love the whole process, and it does really look nice in this room once I'm done. And I've just got this corkboard. This is just from Kmart. I think it was about, I don't know, $7 or $8, and it's just a square kind of corkboard. It did come with some black kind of thumbtacks, but I have some of my own, which I find just a little prettier, and they're just clear with a little gold kind of pin. So that's all you need: your images, your pins, and your board. Now, this is quite a long process to set it all out and get it how you want it looking, but it's really fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a little bit of a time lapse. I'm going to start rearranging and putting my vision board together, and then right at the end I'll show you guys just a few little sneak peeks of what's on my vision board and how I have laid it out. And yeah, I'm just going to put some music on and just have a very chilled, relaxed afternoon. now that I have all of my images in place, it's time to go ahead and put the pins in. Now just be really gentle, you don't want to bump anything because it's very fiddly this stage, so it's just about starting from one end. Oh god. But yeah, just trying to be really careful and also trying to get each tack through every image, like so obviously that one and that one are now pinned, so it's time to pin these 3. I'll try and pin 3 and just try to use the least amount of tacks as possible. So I know that one's kind of in the way, but I mean, I get the gist. But that actually pins all 3 of those. Yeah, it does, in place. So this one here should pin like all of those there. So yeah, you've just got to go through and pin them all in. And then some of these images I reused from my last one, so there's already holes, so I'm just trying to reuse those holes as well, just so that way I can almost cover them up a little. So a little about what I've got on my vision board for this year. So last year I did this and it worked. I ended up hitting 1,000 subscribers. I didn't reach the Instagram goal. However, Instagram is not a priority for me. I'm not a big Instagrammer. So I do it just so I can connect with you guys and just have another platform where we can share just more casual kind of content. But it's definitely not somewhere that I put a lot of my effort. So I'm hoping to do that a little more this year. I mean, only because I feel like I should. But YouTube is where my passion is for sure. So I've got that there. This is obviously a bag that I really want. So I'll pin that. It's a shame you can't fully see this bag, but anyway. And then I've also got quotes kind of lined up with the images. So if my goal is to be really fit and healthy and also have a lot of subscribers and followers, then I need to put the work in. And I need to make those actions. So that's kind of why I've lined it up there. So if you are doing this for the first time, then you probably don't already have images. But if you are like me and you've done it before, don't get rid of your old images because they can be used as a bit of filler. That's what I used a lot of these images behind. I've already used them elsewhere, but I kind of reprinted them and they're just a little bit of filler. And so I'm just going around and touching everywhere, making sure that it's all pinned, making sure I haven't missed anything. So that is my vision board there, all done. And a lot of the images go really nicely with each other and I actually like the look of it. Like whenever I create these, I like to have them sitting in my office and I don't think that they look like clutter or they're in the way. I honestly think they look really nice, as well as inspire and motivate me. So I obviously just have it on my desk just because this is where I do a lot of my work and where I need that little extra motivation. And I also work from home a couple of days a week, and then whenever I'm editing YouTube, I'm always at this desk. So I find this is definitely the best spot for it. And as I said, you can create collages on Canva. There may even be templates. So if you are someone who doesn't necessarily have a spot for a corkboard, you might be able to create a wallpaper on your phone or a wallpaper on your computer. All of those work just as well. You just want to, you know, ensure that you're glancing at it as much as you can. And like I said, it really is inspiring. So anyway, guys, that is my little vision board activity. I hope it has inspired you to do the same. This is your sign to take some time out of your day and really just focus on yourself. It feels really good. And just know that you are in control of your life. So take control of it and start thinking consciously about how you want to live your life. We're only here once. I know I'm getting a little bit deep now. I'm just really passionate about this stuff, and ever since I kind of had that moment of clarity a couple of years ago, thinking who cares about what people think about me, that's when I started this YouTube channel, and it's just led to so many friendships and this beautiful community. So I'm so glad that I took that leap. So anyway, guys, I wish you all the best for the year ahead. Let's get excited. Thanks to you guys for all your support, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.